Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to the Underdark, the realm of caverns and tunnels and vast mushroom forests and deep yawning chasms. Dangers and delights await all of those that would delve down here into the darkness, as we are today. A massive hello to my lovely players, who we shall be jumping over to greet properly in a just brief moment. And a big hello to everyone who's watching too. A big special shout out to Aganike and Baron Dragonborn. Thank you for jumping in. Always good to see you in chat. And for everyone else here and in the VOD squad, welcome on. And it's always a pleasure to have you with us on our adventures whenever you are able. Now, yes, Brian Dragonball, thank you. I saw that YouTube subscription. Thank you very much. Anyone else who would like to jump on there and catch up with the VODs, the link is there in chat. Excuse my Underdark specific shadowy face as I am backlit viciously by my curtain behind me. It's a sunny day here in Japan, everybody. Okay, now, let us get into these things. I have something a little different to say than usual because... Ooh, he said, realizing he hasn't got everything set up properly. We are very, very fortunate today to be being sponsored by the fabulous friend of ours, all the way over there in Brasilia, the lovely Christian from CZRPG, the multiple best-selling DMs Guild author, producer of incredible supplements and encounters for all of your games, for all of the locations that are linked to the various official Wizards of the Coast adventures and other original content as well. Right now, they are running a fantastic Kickstarter, which I am going to link over here. Boop. Head on over there now to check out their incredible, amazing encounters and places, which they can be used as drop-in encounters, they can be used for one-shots, and they can all be tied together into a mini campaign. Beautiful maps, fantastic writing and encounter development. If you want to check it out for yourself, head on over to the Kickstarter page. There is a 60-plus page, free PDF taster, massive free taster for you to download as you wish from the page there. The link in chat there shows that you came from us, so do go and show them the love and respect that we have for them, because they are being very lovely people and sponsoring our streams during their Kickstarter. And one viewer from each session, one lucky viewer, will have the chance to win basically everything they've written to date, which is a huge bundle, just shy of $100 worth of encounters and things from the DM's Guild every session. And we are giving away one of those at the end of each game session that we're playing. So I will get that up and running in just a moment, and when that is going, please do type that in chat to get your chance to win. It is the same one as before, so if you have one already, then do not worry about that. But if that is the case, you can head on over to our other couple of streams, Candlekeep Mysteries and Barovia and Beyond, who are being sponsored by the Arcane Library at the moment, with their adventures up for grabs as well. So lots of chances to get exciting prizes at the moment. But yes, this amazing bundle from CZRPG has stuff for Candlekeep Mysteries, the Feywild, Icewind Dale, Avernus, Ravenloft, stuff to do with the Dark Powers, Sword Coast stuff, Tyranny of Dragons stuff. So many amazing things in there that you can use and adapt for your games. Now, let me get that up and running so that people can jump in there and get their chance to win. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever and whenever you are. Thank you for joining us today. I am just getting our giveaway up and running. So once that is up in chat there, you will have your chance to type in !enter to get that going. Give me 2 seconds while my iPad is getting up and running here, and we will get things rolling. Now, whilst I'm doing that, let me also say a massive thank you to the lovely folks over at Sirenscape for producing fantastic sounds and music for your games. you can head on over to Sirenscape.com and give them a free trial for 30 days. And if you fall in love with them like we have, then you can become a Super Siren subscriber and get your hands on all of that stuff for all of your games, be they in person, be they online, be they scattered across the world like we are here. You can pipe that music and sound effects out to all of your players and enjoy the ambiance and everything going on, as I shall demonstrate for you today as we roll into things here. Now, it's not only the stuff that they have published, which is D&D and Pathfinder and Call of Cthulhu and science fiction stuff and board game stuff, all kinds of things in there, not just D&D. But you also have the ability and the chance to make completely original sound sets of your own design. They have a new search function, which makes it really easy to find the sounds that you're looking for, find music that you're interested in, and you can blend it all together. You can set 3D positioning on it. There's some amazing like horse effects where it gallops through your headphones from one side to the other. There are good sounds that can pop up from behind your players in the sound space and make them jump in their seats, and all kinds of very, very clever design, timing, overlaps, all the kinds of things that you want to do, and have complete control over the sounds in your game, which makes it just a huge difference. Let me quote a couple of my players who have said in the past that they can no longer play D&D without Sirenscape because it's just a completely different experience. So, that said, they are not the only source of music and things that we like. Hang on, let me get this giveaway started. Boop. Multitasking. Should pop up in chat. Meow. There it is. Okay, yes. There you go, everyone. It is open. Please type !enter for your chance to win the massive bundle of encounters and PDFs from the fabulous people at CZRPG. Bestsellers for a reason. There are several platinum bestsellers in there, lots of golds and silvers, all amazing stuff. Okay, Baron Dragonborn, yes, Agonike, great, good luck to you. Now, as we are rolling on here, let me also say a thank you to the lovely YouTube channels, which are amazing sources of music for your games. We favour Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy, and Epic Journey. If you head on over to any of our VODs on YouTube, you can get the links to those channels. Let me put that link in the chat again. It also has our Twitter link as well, if you want to go over there and follow what's going on. Lots of exciting things happening at the channel at the moment. We like to follow the rule of 3 that abounds through D&D in general, and we have 3 new campaigns. 2 of them have started up and running. 1 is coming in December, and we hinted at that in our Out of the Abyss session last week. So do have the jump on those. Nice to jump in at the ground level and see what's going on, meet all the new characters, see all the beautiful character art. Speaking of which, seamless transition, as I say, I'll give a big shout out to Ryutoshi aka Saban over on Instagram for the Out of the Abyss art. Boom! Look at these beautiful character portraits we have here, and my DM one as well, which is of course my phone lock screen as well because it's fabulous. And you can also head on over there to their Instagram, and if you can find them with their commissions open, you can also get some of their fantastic art for your games too. Now, all of those shout outs and thank yous and things said and done, let me do a quick recap for you. Our adventurers had found their way to Neverlight Grove, the Myconid colony that is tucked away in the Underdark, a vast cavern filled with beautiful fungus, bioluminescence, and all kinds of bewildering views as they arrived in a viewpoint, like a vantage point above the cavern, looking out across this grove where the peaceful Myconids were settled. And as they came here, returning their little Myconid sprout friend, Rumpadump, to their people, they descended down, meeting with first the Circle of Hunters, because the Myconid society is separated into various circles for different jobs and positions and responsibilities in the community. The Circle of Hunters asked them to help them defeat a rather nasty monster that had made its way into the grove, a shambling mound that was sucking the nutrients from the soil. And although their Myconid friend was lost, they were able to defeat the monster and win favor with the Myconids here. Now, they also heard that everything might not be as normal. Things were a little bit strange. Myconids were acting funny, and this is something they had seen, Corbin had seen back in the city of Grakelstug, a similar situation with myconids acting very strange and infected by some kind of strange spores, which had also infected a drow friend of theirs as well. They met with the twin sovereigns of this colony, a rarity in itself. There's usually only one, but the two they met, Basidia and Philo, showed them the juxtaposition between the two sides of the society at the moment. Bastidia was your kind of regular, normal, myconid, calm and measured self, whereas Philo was excitable and enthusiastic, talking about some grand scheme, some exciting project that was happening, a time of happiness and prosperity for the colony that was soon to arrive. They were freaked out by this and walked away and had a conversation off on the side, a private chat with Basidia. And as they were talking with him, he mentioned how the upper levels of the Grove, a so-called Garden of Welcome, home to the newly formed Circle of Masters, was disturbing, and worried for their own sanity and whether or not they would be infected by these strange spores that seem to have changed the behavior of several myconids in the colony. Bastidia asked our adventurers to check out what was going on up there and showed them a way to clamber up the little small cliff face to the ledge above. As they emerged through the Zirkwood trees, they saw before them a horrifying sight. The so-called Garden of Welcome was one of horror. Several creatures and humanoids buried up to the neck in strange fungal growths, eating away at their flesh, consuming them and decaying all that they lay and came across. They spoke with a drow scout who had arrived here before them, and they pleaded with them to head to Menzoberranzan and warned them what was happening, warned them that the demon lord Zugtamoy, the queen of decay and death, was here in the material plane. They passed away a merciful release from Zakan, and as they did so, the leader of the new Circle of Masters, a mutated myconid slug-like creature called Yesterbrod, came slithering and rising up out of the fungal mass of the floor, and with their infected myconid servants and other spore servants of drows, other drow scouts that were here in the garden, they attacked our adventurers. They leapt into the fight and were battling bravely against them when they were happy to find a new ally, or a returned ally, as their comrade Ignatius the Minotaur barbarian from the Feywild rose up from where he had been imprisoned, given the strength and the will to do so by seeing his friends and their plight. He broke out of the fungal prison that he was in, roaring in his rage, snatched up his weapons from nearby and charged into the combat as well. They were able to defeat Yesterbrod and his minions, and as they did so, they found themselves witness to a strange parade, a large parade of fungal creatures much larger than themselves, surrounded by other fungal bridesmaids, as this was some bizarre kind of wedding rehearsal, a wedding that Yesterbrod had mentioned before his attack. The wedding of the demon queen Zugtamoy to who, you're not sure. But as the wedding rehearsal, this strange mockery of a ceremony finished, they were given a vision of Zugtamoy herself hovering inside the massive mushroom called Igmorgus in the back of the cavern, a giant towering fungal structure, the interior of which was hollowed out, with Zugtamoy hovering in the space and various bridesmaids working around her, weaving the mycelium into a strange mockery of a bridal train. And as they returned to themselves, they were not quite themselves, as the vision had affected them deeply and driven some of them slightly over the edge. They fled the so-called Garden of Welcome back down to the lower levels. Corbin and Alora ran to warn Brasidia and the other unaffected Myconids of what was coming. And Zakan and Ignatius traveled over to where they heard there was a Fey crossing, triggered by the vast amounts of natural beauty and splendor here in Neverlight Grove. A connection to the Feywild itself was opened up on the side of the cavern, and Ignatius, having rescued his Eladrin friends from their fungal prisons as well, led them through the Fey crossing and back to the Feywild, which is where he had originally come from. Now, he was not alone in this journey, because a black cat, Isel, who had been traveling with the party since being found in giant spiders' lairs, came dashing through the legs of Zakan and also disappeared through the Fey crossing. Ignatius, his friends, and the small black cat found themselves in a section of the Feywild. A section of the Feywild which you will see a lot more of if you join us for our playthrough of Wild Beyond the Witchlight starting next month, as it was Prismeer, the domain of delight that features in that. And it could be said that these adventurers of ours here might be somewhat to blame for that whole adventure kicking off, as the black cats rose up, transforming back into their natural form, that of one of the hags from the Hourglass Coven. The hags that took over Prismeer and plunged it into despair, which is where our Wild Beyond the Witchlight adventurers will find it. Jumping back to Neverlight Grove, to the Myconid colony down here in the Underdark, we saw Zakan turn resolute, jaw set, although you can't see it behind the mask, as he strode forward, stealthily making his way back towards the gigantic mushroom in the back coven. Coven, sorry, that'd be hags. Cavern. Sorry, hags on the mind. And he was last seen heading in that direction. And that is where we shall return. But before we do, dear players, who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at right now as the sounds of the Garden of Welcome wash over us once more? Elora.
The music is very ominous. Okay, I'm Sam. I play Elora. She is a high elf rogue assassin from Mythdraenor who ran away from home to start her own outlaw band, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Was captured by a drow, met these lovely people, got a sword or two, and is currently absolutely terrified, level 2 madness at the moment, thinking about this demon queen.
Indeed. Zakan, who are you? Who are you playing, and where are they at right now?
Hi, so I'm Steven, and I am playing Zakan, the Aasimar ranger / cleric who, for over 100 years, has been down here in the Underdark with the divine mission to lead those who are lost to the light, and bring the light to the darkness, vanquish evil, do all those sorts of celestial things. And right now, they're on their way towards an incredibly great evil that they may be powerless to stop, but they hope that perhaps they can slow it down.
And last but certainly not least, Corbin, who are you? Who are you playing, and where are they at right now?
Who am I? I'm a Buns, and I'm playing Corbin, our changeling druid / monk. I have to remember they're a monk. What am I kidding? I punch everything every 5 seconds. But they are tamer of the Underdark and newly merged with the Myconids. So I feel like they might have a tad bit at stake here somehow.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, there were mutterings of this place being called home at some point in the future.
Look, I'm just saying, it would have been a very nice, pretty home. A good place to to raise a wormling and a
Right.
spider
Right?
and a hook horror, right? Hook horror,
Can you imagine?
right?
Just imagine little Webster scuttling and leaping from shroom to shroom.
Scaring the crap out of everyone.
I don't, can you scare the crap out of Mike and Id? They're pretty chill. They're like, as it like Webster like jumps on their head and like carries on going, chased by the red dragon wormling flying through the air after it.
Right? It sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm. You think that large kind of swampy area in the middle of the lower terrace would make a very good spot for the dragon's horde at one point?
Yeah.
Right? You could charge the circle of
worked out.
explorers with bringing back any shinies they find. It's all good. Now, or you raise them right, and you have a red dragon that's not focused on greed.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, quick shout outs to Charlie and Drownau. Welcome. Good to see you. Now, let us return to Zakan. And a stealth check, please.
Yeah. One thing I want to check, what's the light situation? Because thanks to the Gloomstalker quality, if it is dark, they are invisible.
Nice. This, if memory serves, let me quickly jump back to the thing here. I think the whole area is counted as illuminated because of the bioluminescence everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I will quickly check for you.
Yeah, if there's some sort of dark, bit of the way there that they can hug,
Yeah.
where they can sort of melt into the darkness.
Noted. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, luminescent lichen grows across the cavern and spreads to the larger mushrooms, bathing the grove in soft hues of yellow, blue, and violet. Dim light suffuses the entire grove and lends the grove a dreamlike quality.
Dreamlike quality.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I
is
think
dim light dark enough?
Let me see. I think it's if someone would need dark vision to see you, then you are invisible.
Okay. So no.
But if it's dim light, then it would not count.
Yeah.
Where is it? You gain while in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on dark vision to see you in darkness.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that not being the case, I think we'll go ahead and roll that stealth check and see what we need to do from there.
Please.
Let's see. That's going to be 14.
Okay. Thank you.
I think what's probably happening is they had that gas affect them during the combat, as well as like taking a general sort of beating.
Yes.
And so, try as they might to stifle it every once in a while, it's just like, they're just sort of coughing, and they're moving as quickly and stealthily as they can. So, there's a lot happening under the mask.
Absolutely. Okay. So yes, as you stealth through the Garden of Welcome and towards the cavern in the back, you can see once more as it hoves into view through the mists that rise up off the organic floor here, that towering mushroom that is Igmorgus. And with the moans and the cries of the
He's
poor...
perfectly timed.
Oh no. This sucks. The poor victims of the infected Myconids and Zuctomoi are languishing here in the garden. You peer beyond into the cave beyond. Let's have a look here. As you make your way forward, Yesterbrod's Garden of Welcome is a pale reflection of the true horrors surrounding Igmorgus. A 20-foot-high crescent-shaped ledge hugs the cavern wall on your side where you're entering from, and then gradually slopes down to the lower basin. The ledge is carpeted with a carpet of moss and fungi, and scores of variously sized lumps, pockmarks, and pools of vile fluids which suppurate and ooze. Some dried out and scabbed over. You have to make your way very carefully, as the whole ledge is very treacherous to navigate. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Let's see how this goes. That's pretty good. Wisdom save. That's 19.
Oh, nice. Yes, the sight of this inner grove and the giant, unfathomable monstrosity of the mushroom of Igmorgus plays tricks on the mind, but you hold off on the effects of this terrifying view. You can discern shapes of writhing creatures inside each lump and mound on the ledge here. Mostly humanoids, but others seem to be occupied by gricks, giant spiders, even nothics in some of them, the strange, large, one-eyed creatures. This is the Great Garden of Rot, nourished both by creatures subsumed within it and the phaseress magic that is pervading the entire cavern. Sorry, Corbin, we didn't say this, but as you went up into the Garden of Welcome, that spinner of yours was just going nuts. Sorry, I should have said that before. Your little phaserous monitor, yes. As you shift through and make your way towards the mushroom, as if on cue, one of the lumps closest to you bubbles up and bursts open. A dense cloud of spores and dark, reeking fluid explodes outward, and you hear a piercing scream of agony and terror. Inside the pockmark left behind, you can see another of those drow scouts, or at least what's left of them. Other than a face, long white hair, and a breastplate, it's impossible to distinguish where the drow ends and the rot and fungi consuming them begins. They feebly thrash, their screams rising ever higher in pitch until their eyes lock with yours, and they abruptly stop screaming. A brief moment of lucidity replaces the terror, and even as their eyes roll back into their head in some kind of bizarre euphoria, they go limp and slowly sink back down into the fungal muck. I need one more saving throw, please.
Wisdom.
Not a good place to be. Yes.
Yeah. I will just declare like essentially what Zakan's mission is, like all that they're focused on doing is getting to near that tower, and if there's a grove of mushrooms and zirkwoods and stuff around it, they want to try and set it ablaze. That's their current objective. So then they're gonna run the fuck out of there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use. Can you use inspiration for saving throws?
Yes, these are any d20 roll. You can re-roll if you want.
Cool. I'm gonna use my inspiration for that.
So, because it was terrible.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you have enough of our channel points, the Dream Pies, you can inspire our adventurers to survive this ordeal.
And so, great use of inspiration. That was a nat 20.
Hey, good.
Hey.
Nicely done. If you've got them, let them fly, folks. As you survive the ordeal that is this view.
So they're just charging through, like, single focused on that tower and what they need to do to try and buy any amount of time for people to get out of here.
Okay. As you move past the pockmark left in the floor, Throughout the entire cavern, loud moans and cries of agony answer the drow's screams in a terrifying and deafening chorus, drowning out all other sounds until eventually winding down into a low susurration of groans and burbles. The entire stalk of the giant mushroom seems to shudder, almost as if in delight. Are you descending down?
Yeah, what we're gonna do is as we pass all these horrors, we're gonna go ahead and cast protection from evil and good here.
Sounds good. And chat is on your side as well as our good friend DM Charlie, who will be in our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. Very much looking forward to playing with you, sir. Has given you back your inspiration.
Oh, thank you very much. I think that's going to come in handy real soon here.
Dream pies.
I think that's going to be real important real soon here.
I think the Bone Grinder Hags should open up a franchise down here in the Underdark. I think there's a good market for dream pies down here. People wanting to escape.
Yeah. So the probably the most important effect of protection from good and evil for this scenario here is that for the duration, Zakan cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by these entities.
Good news.
So they steal their mind, calling on the power of their celestial patrons.
I haven't scrolled down to the next paragraph yet, but let me just read the end of this paragraph before we move on. Characters who descend to the cavern's lower basin witness the next spectacle of unspeakable horror spawned by the Lady of Decay. Let's go.
So what they have, and I think I hinted at it in the last session, they have their necklace with all of its red beads on it, which you and other viewers might know is a necklace of fireballs. Are they within throwing distance of like the grove at the base of this tower? Like, could they get a fire going that's between, essentially between here and the Myconid settlement? Like that's their main goal is to slow down any movement.
Let's head on over.
So they're happy to like light up the edge of the forest and throw it, kind of as far as they can. So they get the more danger. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Sorry, chat. Keep that mic out of your beard.
I think it's
Sirenscape just went hard.
No, I think it's actually my computer. I don't think it's my beard.
Oh, okay. It does sound bristly though.
Your
Just sound like a good.
aggressive.
So there you go, everyone. You can see tiny little Zakan and a giant fucking mushroom. Zoop. Let me zoom in there. It's just the enormity of this thing. So yeah, basically there you go. And the stalk is almost as big as the cap there, so it's not too far across.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Nice puns. Okay, so there we go, everyone. There's the gigantic mushroom there, and the wrong layer. Okay. As you make your way forward, prepping the necklace of fireballs, scores of deformed creatures chanting like when the wedding procession came forward, as we can hear here in Sirenscape, starts to dance. Well, actually, as you come up to the lip of the raised platform, you see this sight before you. These scores and scores of creatures are dancing around the base of the giant fungal tower. The revelers are a motley collection of humanoids and various other creatures, all sporting tumors, cankers, and putrid patches of flesh all over their bodies. They are joined by dancing fungi, vaguely shaped and twisted into forms resembling humanoids. Some of these creatures are spore servants, enthralled to the demon queen of fungi. Others are myconids and other fungal life forms infected with Zugtamoy's spores. The dancing creatures don't pay you any attention, it seems, as they whirl and twirl around their temple. Voices can also be heard, cackling and chatting amiably about Sovereign Philo's success at bringing so many new guests to attend the party. And you see drow dancing as if their bones were melting, Duragar roaring with mock merriment and vomiting slime, and even Nothics laughing madly as they leap and caper around the giant mushroom. Are you watching what's happening to see what's happening, or are you just lighting this up and getting out of there?
Yeah, I think because I imagine there's, smaller mushrooms at the base of the tower, and all of these things are dancing around it and stuff. Like this is a pretty flammable, ground at the base of the tower. Yeah. Lots of flammable targets.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they...
I stuck your token there. You do not have to be stood right on the edge of that precipice if you want. Remember, Ignatius yeeted Mike and it down there last time? Yeah, you'll be more over towards the edge of the lip there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just where we ended last session, so... Or probably more like here or something.
Stephen, your computer made DM Charlie's wife jump across the room.
Oh no.
So
yeah. So I think they kind of observe in horror and see the kind of scale of this, and they keep their resolution, even though these are living creatures down there.
Yeah.
And they draw a couple beads.
Zakan, you definitely shouldn't mention to Corbin that there are also hook horrors in there as well. But you don't want these ones. This is taking. Yeah. I mean, everyone, if you are able, do take in rescue pets. But this is something worse.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going. Yeah. So we're gonna draw out, let's say, 3 of these beads.
Sorry, I forget. Did you say you're actually you're watching for a while, or are you just straight jumping into this?
I think they're gonna throw and run. Their mind has been assaulted. This is well started. There's nothing that they can do to.
Yeah, you definitely feel the fragility of your own mind here.
Yeah, and I feel like it's probably only the spell that's kind of holding it. The closer that they get, it's keeping that small block, but the time's ticking on that, and they'll need to get back out of here as well.
Okay.
So yeah, let's call it 3.
Whoa! There it goes again.
Gosh, yeah.
Easy.
No, it keeps half freezing, and I think it's making weird audio issues.
It's pretty rare, luckily, but yeah.
That's good.
Sorry, everybody. Excuse that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So 3 beads, and they're going to just 1, 2, 3, throw them in there. They're 20-foot radius of an explosion.
Now, are you doing it at this kind of bottleneck here out of the cavern, or down where the dancers are?
Their idea was to have it spread towards the tower. So if this sort of base area could be, if a fire could get started here and create chaos and sort of a fire that makes its way towards the tower, that's the kind of idea.
Okay. You creep to the edge and cast down the beads of fire, and as they impact against the mulch and organic matter at the base of the basin there is a Actually, I think Sirenscape could do it better than I can.
That was perfect.
And the 3 explosions go. A few of the fungal servants and the dancers are just catapulted away from the explosions, silhouetted against the orange flames, crashing into the body of the tower itself, and screams go up. Hang on. I did not prepare a sound set for this bit. I should have done, because I guessed what you were going to do last week.
Yeah. I think it was pretty clear. Handful of fireballs heading towards the tower.
I know. I apologize.
No. Okay.
And let's see. Boom. So yes. As the creatures yowl and scream in not just anguish and pain, but also frustration and anger. The entire enormity of the mushroom in front of you shudders again, but not in ecstasy this time, but in some kind of anger and rage. And as the fires rage here and catch on all of the mushrooms and things, through the flames, you see something. You see an emergence as some kind of form is rising up out of the fungal muck. You're slightly nervous for a moment, but then you see that it's the drow scouts that disappeared in the pockmark above, having somehow transported down there, and they come up, wading out of the muck to join the other revelers, unaware, it seems, of the flames licking off their back as their hair and everything is quickly consumed by the fireballs that are raging behind them, spreading between the organic matter through the basin here. There is a terrifying screech, thank you for soundscape, emitting on all levels of the audio spectrum and in your mind itself, as whoever is within the tower just screams in furious anger. I need one more wisdom saving throw before you leg it.
Cool. Let's see what we got here. That's a 17.
17, okay. Your mind, fortified by everything you've experienced so far, again manages to fend off the maddening effects of this entire scene. But even as you go to leave, you see that time is still short, as you see the creatures breaking off from the dance and mindlessly throwing themselves onto the flames. As more and more bodies pile up, they start to smother the orange tongues of cleansing fire that are spreading throughout the basin here, and you know that it's only a matter of time before you are chased down here. And indeed, as you turn to run, you see 6 drow spore servants and 5 hook horror spore servants vaulting over their prone brethren on the fire and leaping into the muck on your side and starting to run towards you. What do you do?
Yeah, we're running back. Yeah, like as soon as the terrifying, angry scream happened, like Zakan started booking it back at full speed as much as they could muster.
No problem. Okay, so yes, you go charging back out towards the Garden of Welcome, and as you do, so I'll just get this lovely picture up here for everyone. Yes, just go tearing across the garden there. Even there you see writhing and pitching bodies trying to break free, spore servants in the making, wanting to capture you and punish you for this trespass against their queen. And you just weave and bob your way through the garden, quickly shimmy through the giant
bottleneck. Could we drop another 1 or 2 at the bottleneck there?
If you want to, yeah, absolutely.
As we're going through.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you drop those behind you, and there again, once more, the fires rise up, blocking the bottleneck there, and the pursuers that are hot on your tail are briefly thwarted in their hasty pursuits there, as they just quell and quail in front of this huge flaming barrier. Hang on. Let me just quickly do this for Charlie. There you go, Charlie. And now, as you sprint across the garden, you make your way quickly through the massive Zerkwood trunks that block the edge and vault down to the just slide down the slope to where the sovereigns are. Philo is there with their loyal servants, but they don't go to attack you. They're like, we hope you enjoyed the Garden of Plenty and that you will join us and stick around for the great celebrations.
So it's Philo and his crew?
Yes.
And Zakan did hear that thing where that Philo has done very well in bringing lots of people here.
I mean, yes, because they knew that Philo invited you to the Garden of Welcome rather than Basidia.
Yeah. I forget, in our talking with Basidia and stuff, like, Philo's all the way gone, right? Like, we're leaving Philo behind.
I mean, if Zogdamoy was dealt with, I mean, there might be a salvation there, but you're not sure.
Yeah. I think what they'll do is they'll just keep running towards where the rest of the group was, like our NPCs and presumably Corbin and Alora, who have been evacuating people in this time they were stealthing.
Let us cut back. Corbin, Alora, you hear the oof and roar of flames and explosions in the distance. You are back with Eldith and the Swerfneblin and the other members of your group. And they all like, and they kind of like crawl out in alarm and surprise as these sounds rock the cavern. And you see the orange glow even beyond the Zirkwoods on that upper layer. Alora!
Oh, good.
We got to get the fuck out of here!
No. I think Alora's going to grab, like, Corbin's collar and look them dead in the eye, as serious as they've ever looked. And be like, we have to go now. We have to go now. I can't be here anymore.
It's so much more effective with that incredible eye makeup.
Right? It's just very intimidating. Corbin will agree that getting everybody out definitely is kind of like priority one, but also frail mummy man. So they tell you to take the others and go. Take Webster with you. And if I'm not back in 10 minutes, then send Webster to find me.
No, you can't go. We all have to leave together.
Where is Zakan? Where is Ignatius? Everybody keeps going at me, and I just...
Now, Laura and Corbin, Ignatius did tell you that they were going to leave.
Oh, okay,
through
so
the
we
Fey
do know
crossing.
they
Yeah,
were-
you know he's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
And Laura, sorry for stealing your cat. It was a hag.
I feel like we kept forgetting the cat was there.
To be fair, they're like,
anything
Ignatius is
about
gonna go, and then there's an explosion. A little bit concerning.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Zidane isn't here, something just exploded, and we know that he's that way. At the very best, if he's gone, I can get back to you fast. Faster than you could get back to me. Take everybody and go.
I don't know.
Jimjar,
Alora.
a little rock grey hand kind of like comes up and like holds onto your sleeve. Hey, Laura. I bet you we make it out of here.
I'm not in the mood for bed right now, Jimjar. Oh, all right, let's go.
Hey, I only make safe bets. We're gonna make it. Come on, let's go, girl.
Alora's gonna grab
He
him.
look like, because is it? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all.
Yeah, Corbin.
Yo, what's Prince such and such's name? Is they still
Prince
Darendelle?
Mhm.
Yeah. You gonna leave? They just like yoke up Prince Darendelle and go, if anything happens to them, I will find you. And then I
On
take
my
off
honor,
the other
Corbin,
way.
I shall defend Her Highness to my last breath.
Your senses are there like you. I threaten, I leave.
Very well.
But because even if I have to throw the con on my back and then start running back, I'm pretty sure I can at the very least.
Yeah. Okay. So, Elora, you and the others, Prince Darendelle, Eldith, Jimjar, Topsy, and Turvy, quite a reduced group now, might start to dash your way towards where the Myconids are gathering. The unaffected Myconids are gathering around the sovereign Basidia, and he's quickly making and as hurriedly as a Myconid can. They're making preparations to get out of Dodge, and Webster pauses for a moment, looking after Corbin's retreating form, keening. I don't know if spiders can whimper, but it's like. but then he was told to go, so he turns and scuttles after you guys, Elora. And Corbin, you dash forward and you get to the edge of the Zirkwoods, the animated Zirkwoods surrounding the Sovereign's mound. And as you do so, I'm not sure if the light would reach quite this far, but for the sake of the look of it, you see Zakan leaping from the top ledge, slow motion, with a huge explosion behind him. And just like
I
slowly...
tried to catch him? Oh gosh!
You cradle him in your arms, light as a feather. He's like,
Yeah, I think they like slip and tumble and get beat to shit going down the cliffside a little bit.
yeah.
Oh Jesus, just full Family Guy. Just every
Yeah,
rock on the way down.
barely controlled fall.
But then you help them to their feet quickly and turn and flee after your friends.
Okay.
So, as you all tear your way down the cavern, through the mushrooms, twisting this way and that back towards the dried up riverbed that was on the exit, and your way out back into the caverns, you, Zakan and Corbin, quickly catch up with the others as they're clambering up to the opening high up in the cavern wall. And this is clearly a way that the Circle of Explorers use quite frequently. There are handholds and ledges that can be used. And you clamber up. Zakan, I think you kind of like pause and take one look back over the huge cavern. Deceivingly calm and mystically lit on this end of things, but in the far distance you can still see an orange glow past those giant zircwoods, illuminating the mist that still fills that end of the cavern. And as you and the others quickly slip through the fissure in the wall and back into the rock caverns and tunnels of the Underdark, you escape the ecstatic revelry of Zugtamoy.
Is there any way to collapse that fissure? How big a fissure are we talking about?
Good question.
Like if it's like a single file kind of thing, or
It's quickly.
chasm.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say. Only like while many passages that lead to Neverlight Grove. While many passages lead to Neverlight Grove, most are little more than narrow fissures riven by trickles of water. Only one natural tunnel is fit for relatively easy travel by medium creatures, and it was formed by the drying of an underground stream. Guild Superior, thank you so much, and a subscription as well. Time Lord's wife, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome everybody. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Welcome in, raiders. Good to see you all. Our adventurers have escaped Neverlight Grove and the horrors of Zugtamoy's decay and despair, and they have made their way into the caverns. Making their way. Oh, North Shore DM, thank you for the subscription. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you had a fantastic session and that everyone is doing great. Thank you, Quims. Good to see you. And let us follow our adventurers as they hastily make their retreat into the tunnels once more. Now, Zakan, like I say, yes, so it's relatively easy for medium creatures, so yeah, not huge. It's kind of single file kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we all get clear of it and it seems collapsible with another fireball, happily use one to.
You don't think it would affect the rock?
Caving.
Unfortunately, yeah, not that strong.
Yeah. So in which case they'll just sort of turn around, see the flames, and then to the point. Go.
I think Sovereign Basidia turns to you, and he's like. And because out of the grove here, he has to release his rapport spores, and he rapports with you, and you hear in your mind, I believe we should leave the way open. Leave them to their madness and rot. day we shall return.
I'd like that you could.
And he just places one large kind of fungal arm on your shoulder and gently gestures, like ushers you forward into the tunnels. And there's the soft flump, flump, flump of myconid feet on the cavern floor as you all make your retreat. We'll quick one more thing before we get back into the story properly here. All of you raiders, welcome on in. Thank you so much. Good to see you all. Good friends over at Guild Superior.
Oh.
You have the chance. Oh, Valkyrie, thank you so much. We are here to support you. We are happy that you are here and hope you enjoy yourselves. But we can also repay that support as we are having a fantastic CZRPG giveaway today. A huge bundle of their encounter goods, many, many bestsellers from the DM's Guild up for grabs during this wonderful period of their... Oh, thank you, a microbiologist. Oh, Hype Train has started. Hello, Hype Train. Choo-choo. Jump in, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, so, thank you, everybody. Yes, there you go. Welcome. Yes, Death OK, Greyhawk, that is the way. ! Enter for your chance to win all of these fantastic prizes from the fabulous CZRPG. Oh, thank you, Guild Superior. Oh, Vamp, thank you. North Shore, thank you. Agonika, thank you. Okay, excuse me. You clearly maxed out the it's trying to catch up. Streamlabs is like, oh, hang on, wait. Yes, good luck, everyone. I hope that you are lucky and that fortune favors you in the giveaway today. We'll be drawing at the end of the session. Thank you so much, North Shore. All of the cheers, thank you, everyone. But do not worry if you cannot stick around to the very end. We know that it's very late for some of you or busy times for others. So you are able to jump in and we will give you a shout in your Twitch whispers, even if you are no longer with us and lurking away there. So do not fret if you are unable to stay till the very end. Do jump in on that fabulous giveaway that we have. Now, excuse me, everybody. Basidia comes to the three of you. The Respore spores still swirling and glittering around his head as you, Corbin and Laura, fresh to the conversation, inhale and get that strange tingling on the back of your esophagus as the spores open up the telepathic
Do I still need
link.
to do that?
Do you have that? Is it permanent all the time now? For you?
I think it might be that I just
Okay.
because I'm part
Charlie,
mushroom.
thank you. Part mushroom. Part mushroom, part monk. Monk room.
Monk room. I'm a monk room.
Monk room. And you yeah, check your features and traits there. Do you have to instigate a telepathic bond? I think with Mike it would be all the time, if it's there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let me read it.
And because they use rapport spores with each other as well.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're doing the melding, I believe. Thank you, everyone. It's very, very generous. Lovely to have you all here. Okay, so what does it say?
Doesn't actually say anything about rapport spores or the telepathy. Well, it tells me I have a symbiotic entity, halo of spores, which is, that's permanent. That's always there.
Yeah.
And spells, like death, and my wild companion.
Okay.
Yep.
Not yet, Charlie. No, still going. But thank you so much. Okay, now, everyone, as you are, getting this thing rolling here, you, as I say, Basidia opens up this communication with you all. My circles and I will be moving on, looking for another suitable home. But where do you head?
We need to warn Blingdenstone. Do you know the quickest way?
The circle of explorers can point you in the right direction. And they introduce you to the new head of the circle. Oh no, that was the circle of hunters and gatherers before. What was the guy's name? That was the head of the circle of explorers. I forget.
Oh yeah, when we had the short
It
rest with
wasn't
the
Southern
powwow.
Terraces. Rasharu.
Asharu.
Yeah. Yeah, he was one of the first ones to see the change because he's frequently outside the grove. So when he came back, he noticed the marked difference in everyone's behavior. Yes, Rasharu, the head of the Circle of Explorers, comes over, and Zakan, through a communication, because they have no concept of days and time in the same way that everyone else does. You probably wouldn't either, having been down here the majority of your time. But basically, they convey to you the direction, general direction that you need to travel, and the fact that it would be the equivalent of about 16 days travel to Blingdenstone.
Good.
So yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have a choice, then we gotta hit the old dust trail.
Indeed. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for that hype train. Legendary, everyone. Thank you so much. Now, there is a point where you reach the fork in the rock tunnels here, and the Myconids lumber off down one tunnel, whilst you and the others make your way in the other direction.
I think as they're splitting from the group to Basidia, Zakan says, "For what it's worth, I am sorry about your home, that we were too late and not enough."
It was not your fault or responsibility. Something evil, something unnatural is here. Not just in our grove. Tread carefully. Look after your circle.
You as well. There may come a time when there are no more safe places to go.
The Underdark is vast and wide. We shall find our place. And just nods, a dip of the cap. Doffs his cap. He's like, just tore it off his head. No. He dips his cap and lumbers off after the other 20 or so Myconids. And as he steps away, behind him, obscured from view at first, but as he steps away, you see Rumperdump stood there. Hey!
Coming with us? You leaving with them? I know we were supposed to bring you home, but
You're supposed to bring home and... Now. Home.
okay.
Thank you.
Wait. Two. It's like that.
Grace.
So this is This is becoming a real lassie moment. It's like, go on, get. We don't need you no more.
It raises up a little fungal arm.
Oh, nubbit.
High fives, Corbin. Don't.
Corbin's not gonna cry.
Don't dance too much.
Never dancing again.
And he nods to you, Zakan. Thank you. Look after the others. Get them home too.
I will.
And turns to Allura. Thank you. Oh. Oh no. And walks away.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no, what?
Hi.
Your adorable little butt back here. Picks him up. Oh no, what?
He twists in your arms towards Allura. And stopping for the first moment in your retreat from the grove, you look properly for the first time. And just around the edges of the eyes and the ears, there is the faint coloration of orange spores.
So Rub-a-Dub's been infected. The orange spore is like the first sign of being infected.
On who, sorry?
When Rub-a-Dub, that's what you were saying, right? That they.
Mm-mm.
Oh, oh, oh.
Afraid
Laura's
not.
looking around nervously. What? What? Did they follow us? Is something following us? I knew I saw shadows. I see shadows.
Shadows everywhere, Laura. We're in the Underdark.
They're moving.
Second only to the shadow fell.
Okay. Just trying to check something out here. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Like while they're saying that, they're like,
Rub-a-Dub
doing,
is
like,
trying
the
to
arm
escape from your
bang
hands.
thing.
Cobra's like, let me go, let me go. Bad, bad.
No, how do we fix it?
I don't know.
Fix what?
If we could fix it, do you think we wouldn't have fixed it rather than fleeing our home?
I just thought we wanted to set things on fire, man. I don't know. Okay, Rub-a-Dub's put down.
Bassidia, they're gonna set me on
I
fire.
didn't yeet Rub-a-Dub. I put him down. Didn't yeet Rub-a-Dub.
That was a very
happening.
vicious go on get moment. They never threatened to set Lassie on fire.
That's just.
No, sorry.
Hey, Zakan, you know that thing that you do when you see stuff's like super bad and everything? Don't you want to like make sure that we're all good before we leave, right?
All good in what way? We've seen a number of horrors and barely escaped with our lives. I don't think any of us is all good.
Like they're doing everything they can to like touch around their eyes, like they're trying to make you look over at the Lord without saying.
Yeah, Zakan,
something's
you
wrong,
can see it
the
too,
Lord is
Zakan.
already freaking out. Okay.
Yeah, I think after a moment they sort of,
Especially,
in
I would say especially you,
confusion.
Zakan, because you were very noticing it on Sareth, the drow that was affected.
Okay.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Were we like a decent distance away, like where we can take a couple minutes to look into this?
If you wish.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so they, after some confusion, they look over at Alora, and they see it, immediately, and they say, "The spores, Alora."
What? What do you mean? The rapport spores?
No,
No.
those of corruption. Give me some time, and I shall see what I can see.
Corruption? I'm corrupted?
No. Ish. We don't know yet. Let's answer that first before we panic.
Alora starts hyperventilating immediately, like it's
They're gonna 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 you, dude. They're like, tell me, hey, what color is that rock over there? Like, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell.
No matter where Alora looks, she just sees shadows moving in distance.
Yeah, creeping towards
Ain't
you.
no shadows how to smell.
I think Zakan like just gently places their hands on either side of Alora's head and say, "We'll figure it out, but first we need to know what is happening. Hold still.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to see what is happening to you."
Are you going to kill me? Are you going to try to prevent me from becoming what they are and kill me before I become a monster?
Only if you ask.
That is not my mission.
Just came out.
They like turn to Corbin. They say, "No one is going to kill you. You're going to get home where you need to go."
We'll never leave here.
I promise you, with what I have in my life, whatever life there is left, I will get you to where you need to go. And with that, since we're short of time, I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease rather than ritual casting.
Okay.
So we can detect the presence of poisons and diseases within 30 feet and also identify the kind.
Let's see. The magic washes over Alora, and you see it highlighting the affected areas. The edges of the eyes, the ears are illuminated and highlighted briefly by the magic as it shows where the spores lie. And it's almost like you can see like veins, almost like veins of mold in a cheese, like just through Alora's body, just glowing from inside as you see the spores of Zugtamoy have infected her entire body with a disease.
Yes, I mean, they look at this and consider it, and they say, "Should hurry to Blingdenstone. If there's anyone that can help, and find someone there."
So you're saying I'm sick?
Yes, but sicknesses can be cured.
Alora just begins to panic and like feels on her face for where the mold is and just starts like scratching at her face, trying to get it off and like
Whoa.
trying to
No.
pull it out of her skin.
Don't. It's like when people used to get Raven Pox at the monastery. I will tie your hands.
I have to get it out. I have to get out of here.
Yes, but your hands aren't magic, just your swords are. Stop trying to pick it.
Sorry, what? I have to know, what are the symptoms of Raven Pox? Because it will make a resurgence somewhere in favor, and
you'll make a resurgence somewhere. The symptoms of Raven Pox is you start to get like little kind of like white dots on you, kind of like feathered down at first. You get uncontrollable hopping, kind of like a raven, when it's just kind of like walking around and just start hopping more than walking, and soon your speech devolves into just noises. If you do not get the cure, you will begin to grow feathers. Sometimes they are permanent. There are people who have been cured but still have feathers in their hair every now and then.
Noted.
Laura, give me your hands.
Now Laura is completely out of it. You really have to force her.
Yeah, I think like gently but firmly, Zakan, takes her two hands. They say, I cannot stop this, but I can slow it down. And they're going to cast, I'm going to say spare the dying, but the feeling I think will be one of like warmth and stuff in Alora's current state. And so like this might be a sort of deception type thing. But they're basically casting like a good feeling placebo spell that lights up and feels warm, and under the guise that like it's going to buy some more time.
Okay.
Laura goes, is this going to slow it down? Are you slowing it down?
Yes, this should give us the time we need to get to Blingdenstone.
Okay, let's hurry.
And they nod at Corbin to like, keep an eye on them
hypes
and
it up a
then
little
return
bit,
to the
like,
group.
Like it's gone down. It's helping.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Sweet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sweet. I rolled a nat 20 plus 4.
But damn.
Hey, Laura. Corbin's calming words. So yes, you. Well, Elora, how does that affect you?
Okay. I think she hears between, Zakan's spell and Corbin's coming words. I think, okay, I believe you. Let's try. And she agrees to follow them to Blingdenstone.
Okay. And as your friends, Elora, Jimjar, Topsy and Turvy, Esmeralda, and even Prince Darendil kind of keeps a kind of respectful distance. He's aware of reactions, and he looks concerned, but from a short distance away. But the Sverfneblin and Esmeralda gather around you and distract you. Take your mind off things with talk. I think the Sverfneblin start to share tales of the wondrous city of Blingdenstone. And Esmeralda gives you a few rousing stories of remembered exploits up in the forests around Baldur's Gate. Say, you remember that wannabe highwayman, that stupid were-rat? We sent him packing. Giant rats or no.
Yeah, no one messed with us in those days.
I wonder, as I make a reference to Candlekeep Mysteries, there's one of our players. Hey, Upsy. I hope I hope the roads and things around Baldur's Gate are okay without us there to watch over them.
I doubt it.
All the more reason to get out of here, eh?
Yes, soon. Very soon.
And you continue on your way. The first day out of Neverlight Grove passes without incident, and you find a secluded cavern. Oh, no worries, Aganike. Oh, it's me. We're going to be only going for another 40 minutes or so. I'll let you know if you win. You find yourselves a decent cavern off the passage that you're traveling through to spend the evening and set up watches and everything. Elora, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Imagine this is important. Okay.
It might be.
Wait, can I use my inspiration for this?
Well, you can use it after the first roll. So roll it first,
Oh, okay, and then
and
see.
then if it's awful, you can choose the inspiration. Yeah, we're using it slightly different to how we first did.
Please excuse my D&D Beyond is extremely slow today.
No problem. No problem. Take your time.
Very
I
slow.
might
Like
need
I
that.
just.
I need that inspiration.
Wait, did you see it? Can you see
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Yeah, it pops
Oh,
up
I
in
can't
the
see
roll
it.
log. They saw it before
Oh.
you. Wow.
Okay, so okay, so tell me what it says.
That was a big old 5.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna use my inspiration then.
Please re-roll. Bye-bye, shiny crystal.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh the page.
Later on, when you get the chance and things are a bit quieter, if you turn off the animated dice, that will help.
Okay.
And so it just rolls it. Stephen, how do we go on the second roll?
If you're able to see my roll, please let me know.
I think the con checks are still coming through.
Okay. The suspense.
Yeah, because I think they got like back ordered or whatever, like backlogged.
I just keep clicking.
No.
A lot of rolls.
We don't know which one it is.
I think during this rest, Alora.
Do you have any physical dice?
I don't.
Okay.
I should, just in case.
It's a dangerous road to go down. Next time I ask that question, we're like, yes, I have 333.
Wait, did I get another 5, or am I just seeing that for the first time?
Yeah, I feel like because there's a bunch of 5s in here, but I feel like it's statistically impossible that there are these 6 rolls that were all 5.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try on my phone.
You can roll in Twitch if you want.
Oh, I can. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
if you roll,
Alright.
if you do exclamation roll and then a space and then just the number 20.
And the D&D Beyond phone app is also good, yeah.
Roll. Space 20. I got a 2.
Oh my
Goodbye.
gosh.
Twitch, why you be like this?
Never use the
Hush.
Twitch dice again.
They do well for us in the one-shot roulette generation. Okay, with the +1, so 3. Nope. Microbiologist rolled a 3 as well.
Is meant to happen.
Apparently.
I'm meant to die.
Okay. Noted. So let's have a look here. Yes. So all of you manage to bed down here and find this safe spot, and nothing interrupts your slumber as you make your way through the night. But whoever's on last watch notices Elora shifting and mumbling in their sleep. And when all of you wake the next day, I will leave it up to you whether or not you mention that the spores are spreading. Like raiders from Hans Loves D&D. They are multiplying and spreading throughout the stream. Hey, Hans! And thank you for infecting us with your raid. Hey, Mikum. Good to see you. Thank you. I hope you had a good session, Hans. It's always a pleasure, my friend. Welcome to the Underdark. They are escaped from Neverlight Grove, but the echoes of the terror of the demon queen of fungi and decay, Zugtamoy, are lingering, shall we say. Whilst you're all here, and those adorable little raid phoenixes fly about the place, do jump on into our amazing giveaway today, folks, and thank you for raiding on by. So let us say thank you back at you in that direction, as we have an incredible giveaway from CZRPG today. A huge bundle of their encounters, multiple best-selling titles that are going to one lucky winner today. !enter to be entered into that. We shall draw it at the end. Don't worry, if you have to lurk and be on your way, we will send you a message in your whispers to let you know that you've won. So jump on in there. Now, even if you're a player, your DM would very much appreciate getting this, a Christmas gift. And it will come right back to you in your adventures in the new year. Don't worry. Okay. So yes, all of you may choose to mention or not that Alora's condition does seem worse. And she coughs every now and then as you continue.
Yeah. I don't know about mention, but like sort of as we're getting ready and stuff in the morning, do a ritual, detect poison and disease, and try and see like what the advancement is like.
Okay.
And,
yeah, those the same illuminated, highlighted spores around the mouth and ears are there, but the veins of infection through her body that were illuminated by your magic have spread. Tendrils moving out into the extremities.
I don't know what kind of role this would be, but like, is there a way, medically or whatever, that Zakan could kind of guess what the rate is, like how much time he might have before it's, quite spread?
If you'd observed it before, maybe, but this is completely alien, completely unknown to you.
Yeah. Another possible question: do they know of any thing that grows in the Underdark that's like a fungicide?
Give me a survival check.
Good at those. Not good at comfort, but good at surviving. That's going to be... what's the efficiency bonus again? 21 in total.
Nice. So yes, with that strong knowledge, your experience all compounding together, tells you there is nothing.
Ooh.
This is not of this world.
Yeah. We also do for funsies as we're getting ready and stuff. 10 minutes of ritual detect magic.
Okay.
It's all very impassive behind the mask, and just sitting and meditating as they do while people are sort of getting up and eating and preparing to make our way.
Just the regular magic items carried by you and your friends, minus the beads of magical energy that were around Isil's neck. AKA a little piece of Corbin. Sorry, Corbin, that's off into the Feywild now. You're not getting that back.
Let's go on.
So that's why I haven't been doing anything.
Yeah.
You've really being that comforting.
Congrats! If we weren't doing viewer inspiration, I would give you inspiration. You have faithfully stuck to that ever since Crackle stuck.
I know. I feel like such a.
It's so unbuns. The anti-buns has arrived.
You don't care that Alora is.
Indeed.
If anything, she's just like, I'm keeping you calm so you keep the rest of the party calm.
I hope Ignatius is
Okay.
careful in the Feywild, because Isel took his last breath, which means he only gets 2 death saves rather than 3.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Dang. Yes, I think Zakan does their rituals as they're going, and that this can be later into the walk, but they say to Corbin and Alora, did either of you have any communications with the cat, Isel? They reach out to you.
Cat? No, of course not. Where is my cat? Well, I
Elora.
just realized-
Yeah, where is that little
Zakan,
cat?
Zakan's shifting. Something's gone with Zakan too.
You alright, Scott?
I'm fine. As I
I
can.
did.
You did.
I did.
I don't think you knew it was the cat, did you?
Yeah.
Did you figure that out?
Then the cat jumped on my chest and talked to me.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry, I forgot that bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Dead giveaway,
It
dead
was
giveaway.
not sneaky at all.
3.
Yeah. And it was a while ago, so I'll make sure that this was correct. But I think Zakan had detected that the cat, something up with the cat, magically, and then saw it disappear into the
It was a magic
Feywilds.
cat, but we did not know what was going on.
Indeed.
Yeah, never contacted. So yeah, Corbin says I did, and
Sorry, make sense.
Zakan, in response says, "You didn't promise it anything, did you? You didn't make an
These
exchange
faces are
or
in
trade."
character. These faces
Yeah.
are in character.
Corbin on the sleeve.
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
know how suspicious Zakan would be about that though. I don't think his knowledge of the Feywild, down here in the Underdark, fair enough, but I think the Feywild is pretty alien to you.
Oh really?
Yeah, I would say so.
Ignatius was our Feywild person.
It's a whole different kettle of fish.
Gotcha.
Kettle of courtois.
Mm.
You're
But they
saying
knew it was
my
not
cat
of this world.
contacted you? How could my cat contact you? It couldn't talk. What are you all talking about?
Elora, you're the only sane one left.
Oh no, I knew it. I knew that's where this was going.
Scratching at her face and Mush saying this. Don't watch your mind.
No, stop. Every time you go for your face, they take them kind of by the wrist, only to not touch where you have touched the mushrooms. Be like, okay, no, seriously, I'm gonna tie your hands in mittens.
Yeah, stop. I'll stop. Let's start
I
taking
know every
steps.
time Why did you bring up the cat? While they're holding your hands, why did you bring up the cat?
Well, I have reason to believe that it was of the Fae. My abilities allow me to detect such presences, and
That's true. Yeah.
when Isel first joined us, I had a sense that it could have been of the Fae, but wasn't sure. However, when Ignatius made his departure, safely, I might add, Isel also went. And I feel that confirms what I was thinking. I admit I don't know much of the Fae, but what I do know is that they're not of this world, and making promises and trades with things that are not of this world is dangerous.
Well, a little too late when it comes to me. Been there, done that. Got the tunic.
Yes, that is why I am asking you about it. You must be careful with these things.
I just promised in my heart. Wasn't that the one I picked? I know what the. Sorry, out of character. I know what it did, but I do not remember how we phrased it. I
Excuse me, while
apologize.
I skip over to my Curse of Strahd notes.
Because I did not remember how you phrased it. I think it was your heart or something.
Let's see. Where would it be? It's over here. Du-du-du-du-du. Oh wow. Okay, that's different. Sorry, Reddit changed. Open Reddit. I'll tell you in a moment. Please continue.
Okay. Well, I don't until it's corrected. Yeah, I technically promised in my heart. You know, just I give technically I give a little piece of my heart to everybody that I meet. So I didn't figure it was bad to promise the nice cat that was letting me come back to help you guys. It brought me from being passed out when we were in the tunnels. That's why I was able to help.
It's maybe strange for someone who serves being that is not of this world, but once you make promises to things beyond, you can't take them back. And your life is valuable. Do not trade it so lightly, is all that I wish to say.
Corbin, you had it right. It was your heart.
Okay. Well, nothing's happened since. I haven't seen anything bad or felt anything bad. But I'll keep it in mind. I won't promise my heart to anything else.
They just nod.
Laura looks absolutely confused, speechless, like, your heart? What? And just continues to mumble to herself.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like... Go ahead.
I will say that the Fae are neither evil nor are they wholly good. They are different to us, is as much as I know. I'm not saying that Isol meant us harm.
I think maybe Alora puts her ear to you, probably not a great spot because there's course on it, but tries to put her ear towards Corbin's chest to see if she can hear her heart beating.
And they're just like, you end up going like this to do it. like right, it's like not physically. No, it's still in there. Promise that.
Oh. So you have no soul?
Wow. It's a different conversation.
I don't know. This is a different conversation. Like I said, Alora, nothing's changed. I'm perfectly fine. And don't be weirded out by me talking to magic things. My book talks, remember? So does your sword. It's not clear that I have weird things talk to me, Gabe.
Furious scribbling in your pack. It's like, I do not talk, I write.
All I hear is the scribbling. You know I can't hear what you're saying, right?
Scribble.
Man, I'm gonna have to read so much later.
Okay.
But if we are going to go on, and especially with all of that, then you need to move. You need to stop scratching. I cast entangle. like literally little vines are gonna make like the good old fashioned oven mittens on you like you have chicken pox, so you cannot scratch. No, come on.
Rubbing vines on your face.
Elora, you worry for a moment. Yeah, you worry for a moment, and then you see the thorns on the vines. You're like, oh yes.
No! Foliate it off.
Okay. Speaking of Elora.
Elora looks like a prisoner now.
Elora, could you roll me a d20, please?
If
Just do it in chat. It'd be easier.
in chat,
Yeah, roll 20 or Twitch. It doesn't matter. Five. Okay.
Five.
Good. Yes, you despite the noises in the background, you make your way through this section of the Underdark without event. Are you moving normal pace? Yes?
Gosh,
I feel like there's a bit of a pep in our step, because if that's how it is after one day, Corbin personally is like, we need to hurry up. But they keep just saying that, but it's like they're saying we need to hurry up so everybody quit freaking out. We're in more danger panicking as we travel than anything else. It's not like the Lord needs help. It's just like.
Well, and our stated mission was to warn Blingdenstone as well. So, like, yeah.
Okay.
Waste no time.
Heading in that direction. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we'll call it a fast pace then.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, you make a decent amount of travel for that day. And again, find a spot to hunker down for the evening. Elora. Constitution saving throw, please.
Is there anything I can do to help? Oh, Lord.
I was looking through my spells and stuff. I don't think there is.
No inspiration at the moment.
Oh, I'm totally uninspired.
I would like to give my inspiration. I'm about to take a level in Bard and just hum all the time.
Come on, Twitch.
Oh, and like these Constitution checks, like they're not happening, visibly or at a certain moment, right? This is sort of like a sustained Constitution kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
17.
Right,
nice.
Hey.
17 gives you a total of 18.
Nice.
Right.
So, you all bed down. Again, taking watches. There's the occasional
You're timing them.
in the distance. I paused on purpose just to see if it would. Sirenscape knows what's up. But it is in the distance, echoing down the chambers, and nothing blunders nearby your little band, huddled in the dark. As you rise and awaken the next day, Zakan, I think you head over to make your daily check.
Yeah.
Check on Elora's condition.
And I think they're keeping up this placebo spell as well.
And Elora, you look up into that impassive mask. Masking, I'm not sure what kind of expression behind it. But, Zakan, it is the expression that you would pull as you look down and see the entire left side of Elora's face covered in spore. And Elora, as you awaken, your chest tightens, and you roll over, a hacking cough clawing its way out of your lungs. And you struggle to get to your feet. And 18 is not enough.
Good boy.
I think Alora is just at this point when she struggles to get up and kind of falls down to the ground. She just kind of submits to it and gives up and is just like rolled in a ball, lying on the ground, scratching at her face.
Oh. I would like to ask my book if they know anything about this. They're supposed to be here to guide people in things like these, in situations. Does it have any guidance for us?
What do you write in the pages?
What do you know about organic beings being infected by spores, non-myconids? Queen of Rot just like starts writing down all the names that they remember. So, because they would have gotten it, and then they're trying to remember Homeboy's name, and I do know it. Hold on, I wrote it down and everything. I took some notes. Here you are. Yes, the blood. I feel like that's when they would have been. In their mind, that's like that's when they got infected when we fought Vestapron.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the spirit in the journal. I was like, that's not his name.
Yeah.
It's Civ Scandalor. And that spidery script starts to scratch across the page as the letters materialize, the ink rising up out of the paper. And it says, I am not of this place. I came with you. Zakan is the local. Underline.
This is the local.
I think while
Just like
Laura's
angrily put it back in their bag, like jumping.
Esmeralda comes over to you, Alora, and helps you. Hey, boss. Rough time.
I think Alora kind of resists and like, just leave me here. Everyone just go.
Not a fucking chance. Come on, you. Did you leave me when I almost lost my leg? With that stupid merchant with his hidden guards? No. And now I return the favor. Come on, you! She helps you up.
Laura kind of like hesitantly slumps in her arms and like with bated breath is like, but you weren't a monster. I'm going to turn into one of those things.
Not yet, you don't. Actually, Durandal comes over slightly hesitantly. I am the strongest. Might I, Elora? He offers to carry you.
I think normally Alora would resist, but she just kind of falls over and lets him carry her.
He delicately scoops you up in his arms. Let us get somewhere. Somewhere that we can do something as quickly as possible. Zakan, lead on, sir.
I think Zakan like shoulders Alora's pack and is Dawnbringer like attached to all that, because I think Alora is probably not in the state to be like all suited up or holding it or anything.
Do you let them
Zakan wants to
unhitch your sword belt and things, Elora?
Yeah, I guess if I can't stand, I'll let them carry everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You put it on in Webster's little fuzzy butt pouches.
Spider saddlebags. They're little spider saddlebags.
Fuzzy butt. Yep, little saddlebags. And head off for the day. Zakan. Roll me a d20, please.
Yeah. Let's see. That's a 9.
Okay. Another fortunate day. Devoid of dangers, apart from those which are already within the group. And
I think at some point during the travel, Zakan places a hand on Dawnbringer and tries to reach out to them, through that mental link that they've had.
Alora, does Dawnbringer require attunement?
Indiana, let me see. I don't think so, from what I remember. And it's spoken to all of us before.
I mean, yeah, it can speak, like, out loud. Let's have a look here. Dawnbringer. It does need attunement.
Okay, so we can save it, over the next rest. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can't talk to it. Yeah, let's double check something here. Excuse us, chats, while we check this out.
Now an episode of House.
Yeah, because it has lesser restoration, but that only cures conditions like blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. Mm-hmm. Not disease. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Touch a creature and it can end either one disease or one condition.
Okay, so we can play this out during rest because I do have an idea.
Okay.
Then unless you had any flavor for the walk or anything.
I mean, you pass peacefully and cautiously, as fast as you can, through several caverns. There's one with a softly rippling dark lake in its basin, and you go up over a naturally formed stone bridge and pass between stalagmites that rise up like gateposts on the far side. But nothing accosts you, nothing comes across your way, as if the creatures of the Underdark detect a presence, detect danger in your group, and they're staying away. Also, the dice have deemed. And you, again, find yourselves at the end of a day's journey and settle down. So go.
Yeah, and I think basically any rest that we've been taking throughout the day and stuff, they've just been pinging that detect poison and disease to kind of just like keep a very worried eye on it. All impassively but behind the mask and sort of track it, and it's progressing, and so they sit down to do their usual meditations a bit removed, melting into the darkness as they do.
Indeed.
And this time they sit with their staff and the Dawnbringer like on their lap, and they will take the time to attune to it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a short rest or a long rest, but is it a short rest or a long rest?
It's an hour.
An hour. Okay, yeah. So, they're doing that for an hour, and in that hour, they're offering up their prayers and things like that. And at one point, they reach out to try and connect to whatever entity inhabits Dawnbringer. And they say, "As I, Zakan, the servant of Tidra, now of Alastrai, the bringer of light into the dark, we need your help. Dawnbringer, I call upon you."
Zakan. Welcome. Where is Elora?
She is in grave danger, mortal danger.
We have not felt her presence since 2 days ago.
She was infected, corrupted by spores from the demon lord Zergtamoy. It's taking over.
Then we must do what we can.
I will.
What afflicts her?
They since this is like a telepathic link, I think they share, this sort of progression and what they've seen, through this, kind of divine eye that they've used to view the disease spreading, and they share it all with Dawnbringer.
Please, at once. You must bring me to her. Use me as you now can.
I will lend you all of the power that is within me.
And as this attunement is going on, Derendil has knelt and gently laying Elora down on the cavern floor with a pack at her head. Breaks open one of the mushrooms that contains that store of water. Just angrily tears a chunk off his own cloak, bathes it in the water and mops your brow, Elora. A fevered, sweating brow, your vision blurring in and out, and something in your core moving, spreading. Make me one last Constitution saving throw, please.
10, 11.
Zakan, as you meditate with Dawnbringer, attuning to it, then having this conversation, the end of the conversation is interrupted. As all at once, a scream and gasps echo through the chamber. Elora pitches back, her body arching in pain as Zergtamoy's spores take control. Corbin, you, Prince Derendil, and the others witness as Elora's flesh peels back and fungal growths erupt from her skin. She hoists herself into the air, seeming not even to use her own muscles, as if pulled by marionette strings, animated, dangling at the control of something else. As an elven spore servant stands before you. Zakan, you, hearing this commotion, do what?
I think, the minute that connection is made between Dawnbringer and Zakan, light just erupts from the sword and Zakan the staff, and it lights up that invisible darkness that they were in. And, with kind of weird otherworldly quickness, quicker than they move normally, they're there and they just plant the staff in the ground, and with their hand that's not holding Dawnbringer, like grasp, I'd say like right on the chest, probably of this War Servant. And mentally they call out to Dawnbringer and they say, now, use whatever of me you need. Banish this.
Corbin, what are you doing?
After watching that transformation, as visceral as it was, Corbin is under the impression that that is no longer a war. And if Zakan is ending them, then it's a mercy, and they're not going to do anything to stop it.
Elora, as your last fleeting traces of self rot and wither away, what do you say? You can say one last thing.
Save me.
The voice of Elora, twisted, warped by the growths erupting from her as she is transforming into this monster under Zuctamoy's control in front of your very eyes, calls out the last traces of her former self, draining away as the sounds echo through the light saturated cavern as Dawnbringer flares bright. Save me. Zakan, you leap forward, press the flat of the blade of Dawnbringer against Elora's chest, imploring the blade and all of the goodness that was forged into it to save your friend. And the light grows brighter, brighter. Elora, as your vision fades, disappearing behind a fungal mist of rage, you see, appearing in the air behind Zakan, a huge figure, drow, looking very similar to that you saw in the Mushroom Grove about a week ago, as the image of Elistrae appears hovering in the air, her hand on Zakan's, her spirit flowing through him. Zakan's mask, the eyes insectoid, bright, starts to glow, the same color as the blade, the same color as your blade, the hilt of which you carried from your doomed city, here to be brought back, made complete, made whole again. Zakan's light, the light of Elistrae and the light of Dawnbringer grow stronger and stronger. The Sverfneblin, Prince Darendil, Esmeralda, Corbin, all of you shield your eyes against the ferocity of the glare. The entire cavern and the tunnel beyond are illuminated as this sacred brightness just bathes the entire chamber, spilling out into the cavern beyond, the tunnels beyond, the Underdark, dark no more, as this light shines and bathes all of you and all of the scene in the light of healing, the light of curing, purification, the combined forces of Zakan's mission here in the Underdark, Elistrae's desire to allow everything to escape, the loss of the drow back in the Garden of Welcome, hanging heavily on her mind as she was forced to mercy kill the drow scouts there in her name. And Dawnbringer, fresh with the memory of the service that you did, the time that you spent transporting it here, the conflicts that you battled through to make it whole once again. Its desire for good, its desire to heal and do what it can here with the evils that reside in the Underdark. Not today. Not this foul decay. This rot must go. And as the light burns into Elora's chest, coursing through the veins of spores and decay that have spidered through her body, it burns away the infection, burns away the spores and the fungal growths on the exterior of Elora's body. And as the light starts to dim, your friends, blinking to gain their dark vision back, see Her Majesty, Elora Illustrious, herself, cured and made whole by the combination of her friends and Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer's voice rings throughout the cavern to you all as we leave the Underdark for one more week. Why didn't you do that 2 days ago?
But nobody's like, you know what, let's ask all the other magical inanimate objects and not the sword.
Elora was
no one else to
paranoid.
fucking talk to, like.
Seeing visions. Not in the right mind.
Excuse my self-indulgent dramatic.
Right? It's just.
My heart was going.
I don't know what was having more fun. You having the descriptions and you pushing the buttons to make the music change. This was an episode of frickin' Hell's Kitchen, and I don't know whether or not my food's good or bad.
That's good. Good. But yes, well done, Zagan. That was the third and final save. DC 19 Constitution check, a 15% chance of passing. Not in your favor. But let's just say there might have been a reason I put the Lost Tomb of Qayyum before Neverlight Grove.
Yeah, no, I don't have that much cleric level yet.
Yeah, no, right, so close. So
Lesser
close.
restoration.
I think this will be the drive to push you further into clericdom.
Yes.
So I'm getting emotional, and I knew what I was about to say. Okay.
Yeah. I've got
Thank you.
I've got spells to boost like saving throws and resistances to things and whatnot, but they're all like, you know, they last for a minute or 10 minutes, and I think these sustained con saves like they represent a day of struggling
Fighting against it. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah, that's a
like
good
it's
call.
not something where you can be like, oh, Alora's making her save right now. Yeah.
So, yeah, careful. Why didn't you do that 2 days ago? Yes, indeed. A slurp is in order. Right. A massive thank you to everyone who's been along with us for the ride today. I was looking forward to doing that and seeing what happened. Of course, it could have been a natural 20 on the first roll.
Or we could have never figured it out. Nah, maybe Elora would have been disappointed. Oh god.
I just wanted to drop
John
it up to
hurts
give it a
himself
heads
more
up.
than anyone else.
Oh god, that whole sequence where Stephanie's character died, like I was hurting just as much as everyone else back in Avernus. Spoilers, if you're catching up on the VODs. I should not say any more. Thank you, everybody. Now, recently, I've been doing something which my other friends over here in the streaming side of things like to do in various patterns and shapes and forms. We do it a little bit differently. Could each of you just quickly tell us what it was that you enjoyed, or what is it that you're looking forward to as our game progresses here? From the session here, or how things look like they're about to go. And it doesn't have to be from today's session, as I say, something you can be looking forward to about yourself or any of the other characters, of course. Let's go the other way to the introductions. Corbin, what have you enjoyed, or what are you looking forward to?
I enjoyed the fact that I very much so. It might be a little mini selfish for me to have it be about my own character, but
That's absolutely fine. Absolutely
I'm very happy. I'm very happy with them sort of low-key Dr. Doolittling the Underdark.
Yes.
I was like an ongoing joke. They keep taming it, but I love big expansive settings like this, and it's always so fun to just kind of be around everything, and I've always like wanted to explore the Underdark for real.
Mm-hmm.
It's been amazing. I think going forward, I'm very interested in seeing maybe I really like to see Corbin do more interaction with the people that aren't trying to eat them or have them or lead them into like poisonous rivers. So
Noted.
a little bit of culture crawling. That's what it's called. A little bit of culture
Indeed.
crawling down here in the United
Yes. Blingdenstone is going to be friendly and fine, I'm sure.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Zakan, how about you? What have you enjoyed, and/or what are you looking forward to?
Yeah. Sorry, there's like a hellish choir happening like directly beneath my apartment. It's a bit too late. Like it should have been towards the start of the stream, but it's literally just like some kind of demonic chanting is happening outside.
Wow. We'll let you deal with that.
Yeah,
we can't hear.
So if
it
you don't
because-
see me next week, that's it. I think from this session in particular, on the past couple sessions too, I think Sam's been just super killing it with like this sort of fear and paranoia, because like Alora's such Alora's like, you know, so calm and collected, just been very confident and adventurous through like, you know, the whole start of things, and now to, you know, go through this like all the way up to like death's door. Yeah, that's super impressive.
That was cool. It was very cool. Okay, Sam, how about you? What have you enjoyed, or what are you looking forward to?
Thank you. Well, I think there's only one answer, obviously, for this session, is having my life taken to the very edge, brink of death, to just be brought back in a flood of light. That was very epic.
I was very careful.
Stop going to the brink of death all the time, though.
I wanted to check. It was just a disease. It does very specifically say it is a disease. So yeah, don't bring
I
it.
didn't think, honestly, I just thought because it's some sort of otherworldly thing that none of the Myconids and artificers could figure out. I just thought I was done for. So yeah, I'm really happy to be alive.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, as I say, I was going to double down on Zakan's there. I loved how you were playing the paranoia and the madness affecting there, and you know, the slow descent into the madness of Zugtamoy, as it is its official name. And yes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on to Blingdenstone and a little something that may be lurking between here and there. Now, I am also looking forward to giving a wonderful present to one of you lovely people in chat. So let me do a final shout out here before I talk about our upcoming streams this week. If you are not already, do type !enter for your chance to win the fabulous bundle from CZRPG, as they are sponsoring us during the period of their Kickstarter. They are doing a massive Kickstarter, amazing stuff, all kinds of encounters and beautiful maps and design for use in your games. Let me give you the link for that as well. Head on over there and do give them your support. It is already funded. I think it funded in 6 hours. So you're definitely going to receive the end product. But yeah, that link there will take you over to their fantastic Kickstarter. Amazing encounters and places. A really, really good tool to have in any DM's kit of stuff. So yes, yeah, Charlie, I saw you jumped in there as well, mate. I can't wait to get my hands on it. It looks like so many amazing things there, and a huge 60-plus page free PDF taster on the Kickstarter page there as well. Oh, thank you, Chaotic. Good to hear. Good to hear. So everyone, do jump on that link there. That will let them know that you came from us, and show them the love as they are prepaying it back to you with this fabulous giveaway on each of our streams during the Kickstarter. They are giving away a copy of their huge collection of previous work, encounters for Ravenloft, Avernus, Icewind Dale, Candlekeep, the Feywild, encounters with the Dark Powers, stuff from Tyranny of Dragons, all kinds of amazing things in there. I think there are 11 different products in the bundle, worth just shy of $100, I think, all in. And it is a fantastic prize, and we're very, very, very delighted that they've chosen to support us and give this away. So, ! Enter if you want your chance to win all of that fantastic stuff, as I quickly rattle off what's going on this week. Later on today, Thursday for me now, a few of you might still be back in Wednesday world, but later on Thursday morning for you guys, we are back in Ravenloft for our Barovia and Beyond campaign. Can they turn back the forces of Chernobog, the demon that has risen from the nearby mountaintop? And we will be diving into that later on. Do join us for that. Then, Friday, we have no Jacinta's Tyranny this week, but Saturday morning for me, Friday evening, depending where you are in the world, I will be over on Tales of Pesh to continue our Eberron one-shot, now a two-shot, as we continue on into the Frostfell with the fantastic Dead Aussie Gamer, dreaded GM, AJ from Winter's Tales, and myself, playing this fantastic group of characters. Come and see my Goblin Warforged wannabe as we continue our adventures there. I think this is going to be the last session. We'll probably finish up the story on Saturday, so do jump in and join us for that. Then Saturday evening we will be back avoiding were-rat highwayman wannabes, as I mentioned to Alora before, as our group in Candlekeep Mysteries continues into the depths of the mirror dimension of the demon in the mirror from Arcane Library, with a chance to win that adventure for yourself, as we play and give away that from the Arcane Library as well. Lots of support from wonderful people at the moment, and you can join us there as they fight their way through the mirror dimension beneath Elfsong Tavern in Baldur's Gate. Now, let's... Apsy looks a bit worried. You'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine. Now, as we continue here, that will bring us around to next Tuesday when we're back up in Icewind Dale. They are delving down into the depths of the Netherese Tower, a similar construct to the tomb where they found that bringer of curing light, Dawnbringer, another Netherese construct, and they have been accosted by an undead bodyguard of a wizard's simulacrum, and they're trying to find out what secrets lie in the depths of this tower. And that will bring us all the way back round here to the Underdark once more as we continue towards Blingdenstone. Huge thank you to everyone for joining us today. Those in the VOD squad, cheers for hanging out with us whenever you can. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the follows and the raids. You wonderful, wonderful people. And that hype train earlier on as well. Thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here all the time. But that is all of my spiel, and I will start to close up the giveaway as Corbin, aka Buns, lets you know what's going on in their world. Go!
Me, once again, as Buns. You can find me on Honey Buns on Twitter and on Battlescar Bunny. Here on Twitch, coming up around December the 18th, I have decided that I probably am going to actually start sticking to a regular streaming schedule. So you should be seeing more of my face and the silly things I do, like playing Overcooked, aka Understaffed. Other than that, you can catch me this Friday coming up on Valdeth's channel playing Masked and my Voodoo Baby Tanis. And then the following Wednesday, you can come see me back here playing your Corbin your fun Underdark tamer and Dr. Doolittle extraordinaire. That's all I got.
You have to find yourself a nice cavern filled with thermal pools to hatch that dragon egg.
I'm just telling you, I almost just hatched them over the fires of that giant mushroom, like a little s'more.
All right. Yes, a red dragon wormling could have been useful there. Now, as we leave you all, that is all for today. So let us give one of you lucky people this fabulous prize from CGRPG. Today's bundle is going to... Death OK Greyhawk, one of our raiders. Thank you, from Guild Superior, I believe they came in with. Congratulations! I'll be sending a whisper your way with the details to claim your prize. A massive congratulations to them, and thank you to everyone who joined us today. And we are going to head on raiding, so stick around, get yourself some of them dream pies, and stick around for the raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. And we shall see you all when we see you. But until then, as we like to say around these parts, matane. Thank you. See ya.